By 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest, and third, by experience, which is the bitterest. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Wheresoever you go, go with all your heart. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Study the past if you would define the future. The funniest people are the saddest ones. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. To be wronged is nothing, unless you continue to remember it. Respect yourself and others will respect you. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute, the man who does not ask is a fool for life. When you see a good person, think of becoming like her, him. When you see someone not so good, reflect on your own weak points. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. You cannot open a book without learning something. Attack the evil that is within yourself, rather than attacking the evil that is in others. What the superior man seeks is in himself, what the small man seeks is in others. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. The hardest thing of all is to find a black cat in a dark room, especially if there is no cat. Music produces a kind of pleasure which human nature cannot do without. Give a bowl of rice to a man and you will feed him for a day. Teach him how to grow his own rice and you will save his life. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. The way out is through the door. Why is it that no one will use this method? It is not the failure of others to appreciate your abilities that should trouble you, but rather your failure to appreciate theirs. We have 2 lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. The man of wisdom is never of 2 minds, the man of benevolence never worries, the man of courage is never afraid. Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. And remember, no matter where you go, there you are. Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. If what one has to say is not better than silence, then one should keep silent. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. To put the world in order, we must first put the nation in order. To put the nation in order, we must first put the family in order. To put the family in order, we must first cultivate our personal life, we must first set our hearts right. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Don't do unto others what you don't want done unto you. If your plan is for 1 year, plant rice. If your plan is for 10 years, plant trees. If your plan is for 100 years, educate children. A lion chased me up a tree, and I greatly enjoyed the view from the top. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. Education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. Hope breeds peace. To see what is right and not do it is the worst cowardice. The beginning of wisdom is to call things by the proper name. A superior man thinks always of virtue, the common man thinks of comfort. When a wise man points at the moon, the imbecile examines the finger. Time flows away like the water in the river. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. It is easy to hate and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. Learning without thought is labor lost, thought without learning is perilous. Without knowing the force of words, it is impossible to know more. Consideration for others is the basis of a good life, a good society. The man who says he can, and the man who says he cannot, are both correct. Have no friends not equal to yourself. Never give a sword to a man who can't dance. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. The noble-minded are calm and steady. Little people are forever fussing and fretting. Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. The nobler sort of man emphasizes the good qualities in others, and does not accentuate the bad. The inferior does. The master said, "If your conduct is determined solely by considerations of profit, you will arouse great resentment." The superior man understands what is right, the inferior man understands what will sell. Worry not that no one knows you, seek to be worth knowing. A common man marvels at uncommon things. A wise man marvels at the commonplace. The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home. If you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. Those who know the truth are not equal to those who love it. By nature, men are nearly alike. By practice, they get to be wide apart. If one should desire to know whether a kingdom is well governed, if its morals are good or bad, the quality of its music will furnish the answer. Knowledge is merely brilliance in organization of ideas and not wisdom. The truly wise person goes beyond knowledge. Fix your mind on truth. Hold firm to virtue, rely on loving kindness, and find your recreation in the arts. No lake so still but it has its wave. No circle so perfect but that it has its blur. I would change things for you if I could, as I can't, you must take them as they are. The green reed which bends in the wind is stronger than the mighty oak which breaks in a storm. If you look into your own heart, and you find nothing wrong there, what is there to worry about? What is there to fear? Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon or star. The way of the superior person is threefold. Virtuous, they are free from anxieties. Wise, they are free from perplexities, and bold, they are free from fear. You will never know how sharp a sword is unless it's drawn from its sheath. Never contract friendship with a man that is not better than thyself. Learn as if you were not reaching your goal and as though you were scared of missing it. Faced with what is right, to leave it undone shows a lack of courage. A youth is to be regarded with respect. How do we know that his future will not be equal to our present? Be not ashamed of mistakes and thus make them crimes. If there were one word that could act as a standard of conduct for one's entire life, perhaps it would be thoughtfulness. The scholar does not consider gold and jade to be precious treasures, but loyalty and good faith. If you don't want to do something, don't impose on others. To be able under all circumstances to practice 5 things constitutes perfect virtue. These 5 things are gravity, generosity of soul, sincerity, earnestness and kindness. We take greater pains to persuade others that we are happy than in endeavoring to think so ourselves. The essence of knowledge is having it to use it. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. He who will not economize will have to agonize. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? They must often change who would remain constant in happiness and wisdom. We should keep the dead before our eyes, and honor them as though still living. I want you to be everything that's you, deep at the center of your being. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. A man without a mustache is a man without a soul. The superior man has a dignified ease without pride. The mean man has pride without a dignified ease. I am not concerned that I am not known, I seek to be worthy to be known. A man of humanity is one who, in seeking to establish himself, finds a foothold for others and who, in desiring attaining himself, helps others to attain.